What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video here on Infinite Takes. It is Saturday, so you know what that means. Another Friday Night Smackdown review. I missed last week. Did I mention? You know I missed last week. Pay-per-view, 5 a.m., blah, blah. We're here Friday. We're here on Friday Night Smackdown. Again. Uh, if you're new here, subscribe. Let's get right into this review, though. Let's get right into it. It opens with Roman Reigns coming out. His long-ass entrance takes him about 5 to 10 minutes every time. But, it is what it is. And then he does his little, acknowledge me stuff. Then The Rock comes out. That takes another. They actually go into commercial break in between of Roman coming out, Roman doing his thing, and then commercial break, and then The Rock coming out, and then his long entrance. The Rock says finally professional wrestling is cool again for the first time in a decade, which not true, because what was a decade ago? Like 2014. Wasn't that cool or popular? Like you could say the first time in like 2 decades, 2 decades plus. Honestly, like as popular as it is now. I had a little rant I want to go on this, but I don't want to go too much into it. But basically, it's not as I think the hype for wrestling right now, professional wrestling, and across both brands of WWE, AEW, TNA, New Japan, all that stuff. I think the hype for it is not peak, but it's reaching, it's climbing that, and I think right now is like the highest it's been in years for overall across companies. Because you might have hype for like a time where AEW was hot, a time where WWE might have been a little hot, and yeah. So I don't want to get too much into that, but yeah, I do feel like right now is like a very good time. Honestly, it's one of the reasons why I kind of like started wanting to reviews because I'm enjoying like wrestling like thoroughly. Don't get me wrong, I always enjoyed it a little bit here and there. Once again, I'm not trying to get too deep into this. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. You could thank the Bloodline for that, for making it, popular and more watchable, and more eyes on it. Which that is a fact. You can't deny that. Can't deny that. But saying that the only reason, that's not completely true. He tells Cody is not cool. He calls Cody a lame ass bitch, basically. He just says, you're not cool, bro. Um, he tells him he will not go one on one with him. Like he just straight up denies his. Like oh shit, it's like that's pretty heelish, but also like, what are we doing? Where's this gonna go? He basically gives Cody a counter offer that most people kind of seen coming already. Like not in the sense of like this exactly, but I'll tell you how I planned it out. But basically, he says, he said, I'll give you a counter offer of you and Seth Rollins versus me and Roman in a tag team match at the night one of WrestleMania. Now, it was kind of surprising for me personally that they did it like this because the way I booked it, like, um, this match would have happened at Elimination Chamber, and then they would have had more of a build towards WrestleMania. Personally, that's what I would have done if I had a like. That's the way I seen it going. Honestly, if it just made more sense that way, in my opinion. You would have had a big match in Australia, big crowd, um, and it would have panned out a little better in my opinion. But apparently, they didn't even have this how this plan out until like um the Royal Rumble, because it's gonna be like straight up like Rock Roman, not Rock Roman. It's gonna be straight up Roman and Cody, and then they was gonna build that, and then they're just gonna do that whole thing. But I guess they just went a different direction, and I kind of judged it early on. I was like, why are they doing this? This shit sucks. And then I'm back in. They reel me back in. But yeah, Rock says he could face there'll be a his challenge, basically counter offer his challenge into a 2-on-2 with Rock Roman, uh, Cody Seth, and he says if he wins, there will be no bloodline interference at WrestleMania in the Cody Roman match. But if he does lose, there will be bloodline rules, which just means anything goes. No rules in a match, so I feel like it's a good stipulation, and I feel like either way, if even if he, even if Cody Seth do win, and even if they do lose, I feel like both situations can pan themselves out because either way, I see a Rock turn on Roman coming in that. Just being honest, that's what I see, and then you could build for Rock Roman at 41 or SummerSlam or whatever big stupid pay per view they might be doing that at. Tells Cody if he doesn't accept his challenge, he's basically preventing himself from winning that Universal title at um, WrestleMania because he is gonna do everything in his power to stop Cody from finishing his story because there's no one in the back that can stop him. He said he's a board member, so he is his boss, so he could do whatever he would like. And I think this sets up once again. I did mention like in previous episodes or previous reviews that I did like when they mentioned the board, but I feel like they're leaning a little too much into it. Like they're saying the board. I'm a part of the board. He's a part the board. The board. And I'm like, we gotta we gotta stop saying that so much, bro. It's like we're overusing it. It's good that you say one or two times, but bro, it's happening a lot with you, bro. We get it. You're part of the board. And then he basically, that's the end of his promo. That he's about to finish it off with, "If you smell," but then Roman kind of stops and kind of like puts his hand in front of him and tells him he needs one thing from him, and then he basically asks him to acknowledge him, and Rock hesitates for a little bit, and he does acknowledge Roman Reigns as his tribal chief, and that basically finished off the segment. That was a 40-minute segment. That show basically took up the first hour of SmackDown. That segment just took up the first hour. It was a very long segment, but I think it needed to be a long segment. I think that's kind of what you expect. Obviously, with the entrances and the commercial breaks and the other entrants, they don't come out. It's just like it's like you know their promos are pretty long and they say a bunch of things in it. There's a lot of things I don't put in the promo, but go out your way to watch this. It was a pretty good promo. I enjoyed it. Backstage, you have Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, like watching Elimination Chamber from their phone, and LA Knight walks in and he asks, "Oh, have you seen AJ?" And then I think they say no, or maybe they don't say nothing at all. I don't remember, but they most likely say no. And then he just leaves, and then Randy kind of walks, and then he kind of like has a laugh with him. And he just basically challenges. He's I'll fight either one of you tonight, basically. Either one. And then Grayson Waller just throws him out there, which this for me, um, I think we need an Austin Theory face run. Just make him turn face because, and him and Grayson Waller could have a match at. I was gonna say a pay per view, but that's not a pay per view match. They could have a match on SmackDown. Yeah, I don't. I just don't think this Grayson Waller and Austin Theory shit is working. It's they're not really a tag team. They're just kind of two losers that hang out with each other, and that's not enough. So yeah, Austin Theory Randy Orton match was set up for tonight's main event. We have Kabuki Warriors. I don't know why I said it like that. Kabuki. I can't speak right now. Kabuki Warriors versus Bailey and Dakota Kai. This match didn't really have much to it. There wasn't like much of a match at all. Just spoil it straight up. Wasn't much of a match at all. Bailey goes to tag Dakota Kai, and Dakota Kai just drops in the ring. Kabuki Warrior kind of jump her. She kind of fights him while she then attacks Dakota Kai, and then um, they basically just attack her, and then they jump her. So Dakota Kai has chose side, and yeah, she just basically turned on Bailey. So Bailey has nobody, and I think it's about 3 weeks left until WrestleMania. Might be three. 3 weeks from Saturday, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, they basically turned on her, and that was that. So always skip something, like always put something out of order. Like the notes are in order, but it's like me reading it. I always put something where it doesn't belong. So basically, Tiffany Stratton versus Naomi happened. Pretty good match. Pretty. I don't really have much bad things to say about this match, and I'm trying not to say any bad things about any match, but it happens. Naomi hit a springboard X Factor, which I did like. Like she was outside the ring, and then she kind of springboarded in the ring, and then hit that X Factor. I was just like, yo, like a lot of people do moves that are just moves that really could be someone's finisher. Like that could definitely be a finisher, or at least like a signature. And then Tiffany basically rakes Naomi's eyes. This is in the match, by the way. Tiffany basically rakes Naomi's eyes and then throws her into the turnbuckle. I believe she threw her into the turnbuckle. Did she? Now I'm like questioning myself. No, she throws her into like the ring post, which I don't really remember how she did that exactly. But that is what happened. She kind of raked her eyes, threw her into the ring post, and then hit the prettiest moonsault. Is that what it's called? I think it's prettiest moonsault. For the win, Tiffany Stratton picks up a big win, and coming off Elimination Chamber, where she did have a fantastic performance. That was good. I don't know why I feel like Elimination Chamber was like 2 weeks ago. It definitely wasn't, but it definitely does feel like it was 2 weeks ago. And after that Kabuki Warriors match, you have a little interaction when Kabuki Warriors to go. Oh, let me just say, Damage Control walking down the aisle, or walking down backstage, and then Jade Cargill just runs into them, and she kind of like stares him down, but mainly stares at EO. Just to point out, like she mainly staring at EO and her title. She's staring at everybody else, but it's like mainly EO on the title. And then Nick Aldis tells them the Damage Control. He tells them that he'll have a talk with them later or some shit like that. He said, "I'll deal with y'all later." He just basically he says, "I've seen what y'all did, and I'll deal with y'all later." Something of that nature. And then he tells Jade, like, in my office now, like he's the principal or some shit. I don't know why that reminded me of principal, but it definitely did. Breaker has a match that lasts about 5 seconds. The entrances were longer than this, and there's only one entrance. So, yeah, the match. It's against some NSC guy, Zion something. Can't really remember his name. It was Zion something, and he basically just hits a spare, and then 1, 2, 3. Braun Breaker wins the damn match. It was over as quick as it started. There's probably not even a highlight for this match. Like you could watch it, you could literally. Anyways, you get it. I'm not gonna keep borrowing this. And then we have Carlito versus Santos Escobar in an extreme. Nope, it's not an Extreme Rules match. It's a. I keep saying Extreme Rules. Well, I keep thinking Extreme Rules. It's a street fight. It's a street fight. It's a street fight. I don't think they're bringing chair shots back. Cause there was a moment in this match where I feel like Carlito hit Santos Escobar with a chair shot. I feel like it was a moment where Santos Escobar was about to dive out the ring and Carlito just hammers. Not it's not one of those like attitude era chair shots, but it's still a chair shot to the head. I feel like, but there's another moment where Carlito puts a trash can over Santos Escobar's head and just once again nails him with some chair shots, which I was like, oh yeah, this is this is my shit. We are so back. Del Fantasma kind of jumps Carlito, and then LWO come out, but they save him for a little bit, but they still have the numbers advantage, so it doesn't really do much. And then Rey Mysterio comes out. Rey Mysterio returns. He comes out with crutches, and then, which is like, why are you even coming out if you have crutches? That's how you can tell it's like just a little setup, a setup attack for him to hit them with the crutches. That's what it was. He just basically hit both of them with the crutches. He goes into the ring. I think I don't remember what Carlito does. I feel like he's a backstab or some shit, but some way somehow he ends up on the middle ropes. Rey Mysterio hits a 619. Uh, Central Espoir basically rebounds, and then Carlito hits like a spine buster or some type of slam through the table for the win. Rey Mysterio returns. Carlito wins. Pretty good match. Not a bad match. I didn't think it was gonna be that good. First seeing it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of tired of this feud. It's just it hasn't done nothing for me. Like this feud has been going on since like November. We're in March, and I'm kind of glad like it's getting to a spot where it's heating up. Because even like weeks before this, where a version of this match or just this feud has just been going on, I was like, it doesn't really do nothing for me. But I'm glad like we're getting to a spot where you know maybe we might get a WrestleMania match out of this. Maybe. Then we're backstage with Nick Aldis and New Catch Republic, Pete Dunne, and Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate basically just telling Nick Aldis that they were this close to winning the undisputed tag team titles, and uh, they could have brought it home for SmackDown. He said he did notice that, and if it wasn't for like Dom or outside interference, they could have won that match. And Aldis said he was talking to Adam Pearce about that exact situation with the tag title. So expect at WrestleMania there most likely is going to be a big showcase match. Not really a showcase match, but just a multi tag match, kind of like the Fatal Four. Was it a showcase match last year at WrestleMania? I think it was a showcase match last year at WrestleMania with like Chad Gable and what's this other team's name? Street Profits. There was a bunch of teams in there. Braun Strowman and Ricochet. Yeah, there was a bunch of teams. I think that was like the match. I feel like they're gonna do a similar thing like that for the tag titles, or maybe they just might do like a fatal 4-way tag team match, which could happen, or maybe like a ladder match for the tag. I feel like it's gonna be a multi-person tag team match. LA Knight is backstage also during this exact moment, causing a ruckus, and he basically LA Knight basically asked Nick Aldis, "Have you seen AJ Styles?" He said, "No, actually, I didn't tell him to come to the show tonight." And he basically said, "Why would you do that?" And he said that there's nobody around here that's gonna stop me from getting my hands on AJ Styles. That was basically that promo, and that's it's obviously leading towards a feud. Like I said, it's only like 3 weeks for WrestleMania, so we're leading towards a LA Knight and AJ Styles at WrestleMania match, which you can't go wrong with, man. That's a good WrestleMania match. And we're at the main event, which is Randy Orton versus Austin Theory, which was I just didn't really like I said, I did this Austin Theory character has had no development um since he has held the US title, and like the him and Seth Rollins thing, pretty good. I like that part of it. Like it's like once the him and John Cena thing came in, and John Cena laid it out. Like no one's gonna care because there's nothing to you. You're just another kid who wrestles pretty good, but you don't have no character towards you. There's a point in this match where Randy goes for like a superplex and he kind of slips, like slips off the rope, and I don't know. It was very. I don't know if he was like actually going to the superplex because the commentary did say Theory was going for a reversal and he was going to hit like a blockbuster type move. I don't know if that was what was going to happen. That could have been a cool spot if that would have happened, but yeah, they kind of recovered. Well, Randy recovered, and he hit the move pretty damn well. It didn't look like he really missed his spot. It looked like that was kind of supposed to happen, and when shit like that happens, Gotta appreciate it. Theory reverses RKO, throws him to the turnbuckle, throws him into the post, and then hits a rolling, almost said rolling thunder, but that's not the move. Hits like a rolling blockbuster for a 2. And I just noticed him and Grayson Waller kind of have the same moves, except one of their shit's a finisher, because Grayson Waller does that same rolling thing from like the outside, or like outside of the ring. Theory does it from the apron, like outside of the apron. Um, but they kind of both have the same moves. But yeah, he tries to do that. Well, he does do that, and it hits a two count. Get the 2 count off of it. Theory does. We're in lap ending match at this point. Theory does another rolling something. I don't know what the name of the move is. I want to say rolling thunder so bad, just because that's ingrained in my brain. Just anytime I hear rolling in wrestling, I'm like rolling thunder. But yeah, Theory tries to hit like a rolling blockbuster again, and then Randy reverses it into an RKO for the win, and then Grayson Waller jumps him. Theory and him jump him. Um, Kevin Owens comes in the ring, saves Randy Orton, but they start trying to jump him too. He kind of fights him off, stunners Theory, and then Randy RKO's Grayson Waller, and that's the end of the show. It was a pretty. I'm not gonna lie, this show kind of flew by when I was watching it. Really, just it didn't feel like a long show at all, and I really enjoyed it. I like when a show just doesn't feel like it's taking time to get to where it needs to go. Like it just gets there, and you have to credit that for the Bloodline stuff because they filled so much. Like this is a 2-hour show, and they took up 40 minutes, somewhere around 40 minutes of showtime. That's just great. Like you take up 40 minutes of showtime, and it's like, okay, that's cool. We have like an hour and something left, and we could just zoom past it. Like, was that like an hour 20 left? That's nothing, and that was like what, maybe 3, 4 matches, a couple segments. Shit flew by. It was a very watchable show. I enjoyed it, and yeah, we have a lot of things set up. A lot of things moved forward. A lot of wins happened to get people into place to maybe, get something. We might be getting a tag team split. We're getting a for sure. We're gonna obviously get a uh, Cody Seth Roman Rock match at Night One of Mania. So we're getting a lot of things. The only reason don't like I don't like that is because we're taken away from Seth and Drew stuff. I'm not gonna lie. That's the only reason I don't like it because it's like it's taking away a lot from Seth and Drew stuff, and I feel like Seth and Drew kind of they need that just to be their own thing because it's like I feel like this bloodline thing is becoming so big, and let me not say becoming. This bloodline thing is so big with Cody that you involving Seth is just taken away. It's taken away. That's it. But that is gonna do it for us. Well, me. I don't know why I say us. It just automatically just goes to us. But yeah, it's gonna do it for me here on Infinite Takes. Be sure to like the video. Tell me what you thought in the comment section. What did you like? What you didn't like? Did I leave anything out? I don't think I left anything out, but let me know if I left any parts out that I did end up missing, not seeing, maybe. Um, yeah, follow my Instagram, follow my Twitter. All that is in the description.